Hi folks. So we have about 1 hour of clear skies. I'm going to give you a live telescope image of the moon. So here we go. Let's see what's going on. What do we have here? So hi guys, Brody MK45. The sun, yes, this is a live view of the sun. I'm checking out some sunspots and hopefully also solar flares. I already see one here. So you're welcome to join to check out the sun with me. Yes. Oh, that's nice. So do you see that big flare over here? Pretty cool. Yeah, I know. So I'm capturing the sun always in mono. Let me try to enhance the image. What do you think? Better? So I could give you an RGB image also, a color image. So this is the sun in color if you like. So pretty cool. I'm going to capture this because there are a lot of clouds in the air. I'm going to capture it in mono. Maybe a little bit extra stretch here. I will capture. I'll make a video, 30-second video. 30. No sequences. So start, here we go. My first capture of the sun today. New yellow. Yeah, I know. Oh, you see it? You see the sun darkening? Those are the clouds. Oh no, I was hoping not to get this. So actually, I'm taking every opportunity I can get to do some planetary imaging, sun imaging, deep sky imaging, and yeah, right now in December, of course, not the best time to capture the sun. Actually, it's one of the worst times. But yeah, we had some clear skies, so I thought, why not? So you like the yellow more? So let's move around. Let's see what's going on. So that's a pretty, oh wow, that's cool. Here we have a lot of solar flares here. On the edge of the disk. You see them? Pretty cool. So color. This is in color. I have to overexpose the surface to bring out the solar flares. They are a bit dimmer. But these are huge. Wow. Cool to see, man. Did you see the solar eclipse last month? Yes, I actually made a live stream out of it. So if you want to check that out, I live in the Netherlands, so we only got a partial solar eclipse. About 20%, I think. 20% of the sun was covered. It was super nice to see it. Not with this focal length. So right now I'm using the Daystar Quark Chromosphere. So that gives me a focal length of about 2000 millimeters. And when during the partial solar eclipse, I captured the sun, the full disk of the sun. But there were a lot of clouds, so it was very tricky to keep the sun. Actually, to give a live image of the sun. But actually, it was pretty nice. It was pretty cool. So these are cool flares, I think. Let's capture some of those. Again, I'm going to use mono for that. Sorry for those who like. Or maybe I will I'm always trying to capture both the flares and the surface, but that's a bit tricky to do. Maybe like this. Let's take another 30-second capture here. So huge, the sun, yes. More than 1 million Earths can fit inside the sun. And if you look at the diameter of the sun, you can line up about 109 Earths to cover the disk of the sun. So yeah, pretty huge. So trying to capture some of those flares here. Just do a quick, maybe I should do a quick tour first. Huh? Let's see what else is going on. So these are pretty cool. Let's finish maybe the edge of the disk first. So happy to see that there are some nice big flares. Here we have one, a smaller. So let's put it to RGB again. Those flares would make a good time lapse. Yeah, I'm always struggling because some of those flares, they are there for weeks actually, or a couple of days. Oh, here come the clouds. Whereas others, you have this big burst of about 30 minutes and then they disappear again. So I'm having trouble identifying which flares are which. Oh, we lost the view. Let's up the gain. Nah. Here it is. Whoa. Here we're back. So a lot of tiny clouds in the air. So definitely not the best time to... also to do time-lapse, you need, of course, clear skies. And I do have some clear patches of skies, but not... I think we will have more clouds, so this is just a quick look. Oh, here we have... Oh, here we go again. I saw some electromagnetic activity going on. Oh. Okay, so let me also check out the clouds. Cloudy weather. Let me check. Let me show you what the weather is here in the Netherlands. Let's look at a cloud radar. It's back. Let's go back to the sun instead of looking at a cloud radar. All right, here we go again. Let me up the gain a bit. So do you like that color? I like mono better, to be honest. But yeah, it is maybe nice to see some yellow on the sun. So this is pretty cool. Maybe I can stretch it a little bit like this. Here you see these, I don't know how to call it. So I know that the darker regions are a little bit cooler as opposed to the brighter regions. Still thousands of degrees, of course, but definitely some electromagnetic activity going on here. Oh. Clouds. Okay. Let me check. Here, can you see it? No, you can't. Weather. The Netherlands. So this is the weather. So you see these clouds. I think the wind is southwest. So I was hoping to, but I think we are, yeah. So yeah, as you can see, maybe I can press play here. So let's see how these clouds are moving. They do appear to go west. But oh, there's another. I didn't see that one coming. You see, from the North Sea, there's another cloud band coming. Oops. Yep. I knew this was tricky, but still, I will check outside. Oh, here we go. So we definitely cannot do time-lapse, but hopefully we have some clear patches so we can look at the sun. So huge, those flares would make a time-lapse, yes, like a full moon of lava. So we are looking at the chromosphere, and there is some granulation, a lot of granulation going on, as you can see, and it acts a little bit like a lava lamp, to be honest. So that's not a bad description. Who was it? Richard. You probably know more about the sun than I do. I'm going to check outside. Yeah. Guys, I think I'm out of luck. I managed to set up my equipment, but I see a big cloud rolling over here. So it might be 10-15 minutes before I get another chance. So yeah, in December and like November, December, January are the worst times in the Netherlands for astrophotography. I imagine also elsewhere on this globe. And I promised, I made a pact with myself. I said every time I see some clear skies, and when I'm able, I'm going to set up my gear and do some, whether it's solar or moon photography or capturing the planets. I'm just going to try and see what I get. And deep sky is probably also out of the question because of these clouds. I know that this is, I think, the only opportunity in a couple of days I will get. So do I have another cloud radar to check out if those clouds are here to stay or not? I really thought we would have an hour of clear skies, but apparently not. So we are here now. So I'm this, can you see it? This dot? Let's see. Yeah. So I'm this dot in the middle here in Utrecht. So 2 o'clock. I have to wait until 2. Here, 1. Oh, it's 11:30. I do see that it's now clearing up again. Let's check out. Nah, I don't see anything. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, it's gone again. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see how this develops for the upcoming. Sorry about this, guys. Oh, here we go. 2 seconds. Whoa, you see? It's also a lot of, there's a lot of like this electromagnetic activity going on. Here, a nice sunspot here. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Uitparkeer, tracking. Okay, I did something stupid. Here, sunspot. Here we are. Pretty cool to watch. And let me also move away that So I'm actually moving my mount around with EQ mod from inside my house. Oh yes, we had 2 seconds. Sunspots. Hopefully it will clear up. You need to get a little bit lucky. So this is the image stretched. I'm just checking out different things. I can also do the black and white. What do you think? Ooh, pretty spooky. Reset. See, we are. We do see something. But you know, I have to fiddle with the exposure to shoot through the clouds. What else can we see? So we have a sunspot, we have a couple of big flares. Pretty nice actually. Oh, here's another one, another sunspot here. Yep. Alright, cool. Let's stretch it a bit. Oh, this is maybe overdoing it. Whoa, see that sunspot going. So what I've learned is that whenever we are near sunspots, solar flares are more likely to happen. Because of electromagnetic entanglement, something like that. Oh, it's gone again. Oh, I'm really sorry about this. Maybe I should come back in an hour. But I don't have a lot of time then. I have some other appointments. Oh. Please. Yeah, we have to do cloud dance. Yeah. Come on. No. Let me try something. Gain. Up the gain. Can we see the sun with 2-second exposures? Nope, even not then. Really? It's a pretty thick cloud. Hello everybody, hi. Ligas in the house and Georg from Germany. Finally, I remember to pronounce your name correctly. Guys, we had like 10 seconds of live viewing of the sun, and then of course we had more clouds. I thought we would have like an hour of clear skies, so this is the situation here. You can see why I was optimistic. So this is actually a prediction for the upcoming hours. I'm here in the middle in the Netherlands. This particular patch that is, it's not highlighted more or less, it's darker green. But you can see there are some clouds in the air. I was not expecting this stroke to actually hit my town. There will be better skies at once, so maybe I'm hoping when this cloud moves away we do have maybe 30-40 minutes. So yeah, that's the thing. So ask me any questions you want. Maybe I can set up my gear here. Is this what I'm using? No, this is not what I'm using. Okay, here on the bottom right, I will just put on my gear. The setup for today is the telescope Service 480mm APO Photoline telescope. And yes, this is actually the camera, yeah? Camera. And this is my mount. So always people interested in what kind of gear I use. And here you see, the sun comes back. So we might have some... Oh, it's gone again. What was I thinking? It was a desperate move to set up my scope. So guys, what are you doing? Are you working? So a thick layer of clouds now. So yeah, I can also, oh, here we go. Nope. Yep. But there are only for short amount of times, I think. Here we are again. You really see this, the clouds moving. So you see the sunspot? It's kind of spooky. Oh, and now we have a full sun. See, I have to continuously adjust the viewing. Ooh, you know, I'm not giving up. I'm just waiting for an hour, I think, to see if it will clear up. There are at least two suns. I think 2 or 3 sunspots I've already managed to see on the sun, and there are some nice flares on the edge of the disk. So hopefully I will get maybe at least 10 or 15 minutes to be able to capture them. Well, one of my goals is also to make a time-lapse video of a sunspot like this, to just see how these how that activity changes over time. It would be nice to have something like this. It will not be the NASA observatory or the Solar Dynamic Observatory of NASA, not that kind of color quality, because the sun is pretty low. Well, in the sky. So here, this is my my sun. Here I'm at 52 degrees latitude. So yeah, maybe I should reposition it. Wait, let's do it like this. Oh, so you see this. This is basically close to midday. 12 o'clock is of course the best time for me. So for me it's almost 12 o'clock. So the sun is highest in the sky right now. But still, high doesn't mean anything. Sorry, I'm just fiddling around with this stellarium thing. Let me put it like this. Maybe this is best. And I was just checking the altitude. So the sun right now is only 16 degrees above the horizon. So definitely not the best time, but as I said, I try to take every opportunity I can get. But you see, we still have clouds. Here we go again. Georg, I'm resting on my couch and wait that if the time passes by. Georg, I hope you're all right. So yeah, let me refresh. What's going on? Come on, clouds. Move. Yeah, it's still a bit tricky. It will get better. I think this is the... You can hardly see it actually. But it is definitely there, destroying my image. Here we go again. It's every time it's like 10 seconds. Trying to be patient here. Come on. Maybe you should reverse so that here the clouds are white then. As you can see, this is the muck that is destroying my image. Here we go, maybe. Or maybe not. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Let me check outside. Hi guys. So I checked the neighborhood, I checked the skies, and the clouds are moving pretty fast. So I think that in about 10-15 minutes, you can already see it. Sometimes you get a glimpse of the sun. So I was thinking I will just wait another 10-15 minutes, and then when the sun is when the skies are clear again, we'll take a quick tour of the sun. So in the meanwhile, I will keep this running. I'm actually cleaning my coffee machine. Oh, so maybe I will finish that first. Here we go. Maybe we have some. Can we focus on the sunspot here? Pretty cool. So okay, the one here, another sunspot. You can see that towards the edges, my field of view is not completely clear, I think. But yeah. Oh, here we go again. Some people like RGB, color of the sun here. So this is a stretched image, and it's back and it's away again. Okay guys, I'm just going to, what happened to face cam? Ta-da! I clicked it because I'm stupid. Nah, here, I'm here. So we did have another 10 seconds. I think I will wait 10-15 minutes, and hopefully these clouds will then largely have passed, so we can actually take a nice tour, a live viewing of the sun today. So if you have any questions, let me know. So I did have some good planetary sessions lately. Can I show you that? Let's see. As long as we don't have. Is it a window capture? No, it's a media source, I think. GIF. So I have a nice GIF. I don't know if you checked it. On my community tab of Jupiter. I was pretty happy with that, so I can at least show you something. This one. Will it just play? I don't know. Yeah. So this is what I captured. Can you see it? I think. Oh, you can or you can't? I think you can. Here. So this was pretty nice. Oh, why is it then gone? Oh, it only plays once. Wait. Properties. Loop. So this is what I captured about, what was it? I think in the weekend. About a week ago. Another week, this weekend. So about 5 days ago. So we had this moon, Io, transferring the surface of Jupiter. You can see a little shadow of Io being cast on Jupiter. So that was pretty cool. And I tracked that for about, I think I took 70 pictures or something. 71 minute pictures with 1 minute breaks in between to get the rotation of the planet. So that's 140 minutes, about a little over 2 hours. So when you're tracking Jupiter a little over 2 hours and you do have clear skies, you can actually do something like this, like track the moon and the shadow of the moon across the surface of Jupiter. And I was fortunate enough to also see that the red spot was moving into position. So this is the great red spot of Jupiter in the middle. Anyway, you are here, of course, to look at the sun, but we have clouds, so I'm showing you something else. So at least we have some astro pictures to look at. And I'm trying. By the way, if I don't know, 20 people in the chat. So did you use the C8 Ray? Yes, this is with the Edge HD 8-inch. But I guess with any like Schmidt Cassegrain telescope that has an 8-inch aperture and a focal length of about 2000 millimeters, this is actually possible. And I didn't use the most expensive camera either. So I use this ASI 678 I'm using right now on the sun. It's not it's a couple of $100 on the market, so it was pretty cool to see that little camera could do this time lapse. I was impressed actually. So let me fiddle around with the exposure time here. Oh, maybe we should have done that earlier. Here we are again. So I'm stretching the image to get a more dramatic view of the chromosphere of the sun. Oh, and it's gone again. And it's back again. So, this is how you know I'm actually showing you this live. With the clouds included. I saw some, yeah, I'm afraid to mention it, but there are some fake astronomy channels out there that's showing like Orion spacecraft in front of the moon, but actually it's all CGI what they are showing. So I think that doesn't help in like enhancing the credibility of what we are trying to do as astrophotographers. Ooh. Here we go. The sun is back, but for how long? Let's just quickly move around. So that sunspot was over here. I already showed you that, but here we do have a nice sunspot. Oh, I'm trying to adjust the exposure, but the clouds are also rolling in, so that's a bit tricky. Maybe I can do a second stretch or something. How does it? One. Reset. How does this work? Like this, I think. A bit overexposed. Oh yeah, it's because I have to do this maybe. And let's also look for other things going on. So here you see it. This is no, the stretch is maybe a bit too much, but definitely sunspot is visible. No, you still see the clouds rolling over. Let's reset. What else can we see? Go west. No, west is east, east is west. Let's check out the edge of the disk. Is there something going on here? Nope. Nothing out of the ordinary. Only millions of atomic bombs exploding at the same time every second on the sun. But that's what the sun has been doing for 4.5 billion years. Here is small flare. Your smile is killing. Hope it doesn't kill you. Yeah, my smile is like, we have this saying like a boer met kiespijn. So I'm smiling like when the clouds roll in, I keep on smiling, but inside I'm dying now. I'm not, but you know, you set up the whole gear and then the clouds roll in. It happens often in the Netherlands. It's not the most exciting feeling to have. Here we do. I think we're back at this first sunspot. I'm going to take another mono capture if you don't mind, and also if you do mind. Mono. I don't know why many people don't like the mono view of the sun. I like it. Can we stretch it a little? Maybe like this. I'm curious, when I'm live stretching, it doesn't record a live stretch, I think. Is it? Alright, this is good. This is nice. Maybe refrain from stretching. I see a lot of wobbling. 250 then maybe. And what is this? 11 milliseconds. There's still some haze in front of the sun. Nah. Not what I'm looking for. Maybe this. I have... No, here we go. So 30 seconds and yeah, the clouds are back. The clouds are back. Okay. So Nishai 189. Thanks. If I pronounce your name correctly. Capturing. I'm about 30 frames per second. That's not fast. It's due to the camera. The camera has a very tiny pixel size and a large capturing area. I could try to zoom in a bit to increase the frames per second. Maybe I will do that now. Is this something like squared? 920 by 1200. 1080 by 1080. Maybe this. No. Let's try it, why not? So you see the frames per second are moving up to 70 if I do this. You know what? I'm going to capture it. Start to capture. Don't think too much today. This might be the only view I get. And 150. Yeah, it's not clear, eh? Nah, 15 seconds to go. Yeah, there are some super huge solar flares. Let me just show to you, because it's not the best time to image anyway. You can see it. You can see the clouds rolling, and just have a live look. Here. This is the widest view I can get. So, yeah, it is kind of cool. Let me just do one other capture. Hopefully it will stay clear for about 30 seconds. So we clearly see here some sunspot activity with a nice big solar flare at the edge of the disk. Oh wait, I think I didn't mention the most important aspect of the setup. Daystar Quark Chromosphere filter. Is it a filter? It's a filter, I think. So with that Daystar Quark Chromosphere, you can actually look at what the filter is. The name of the filter suggests you can look at the chromosphere layer of the sun, and that's where all that granulation goes on. You can see in the live view. So that's all like big chunks of plasma moving towards the surface of the sun, and then they cool down apparently, and then they go back down again. Anyway, I'm an astrophotographer, not an astronomer, but it's very, very cool to see live. And I also saw some nice flares a little bit up from here, so let me also show that. Here, was it here and here, I think. Let me increase the exposure. So here, some very nice flaring going on. Maybe I should readjust the camera to... So. Pretty cool to see. Some like it in color. So it is in color. And this is nothing to worry about. This is what the sun does on a daily basis. I should make a big fuss out of it. Look at those flares! No, I'm not. You can spot these flares, I think. Yeah, a couple of times on a weekly basis. Sometimes they're bigger and smaller, and once in a time, like there are some rare activities like M class or even X class flares. They happen only maybe once every month, or even maybe a couple of times. But you have to be there on that particular time, and you see this big outburst that lasts for about 30 minutes or an hour, and then it's gone again. So I saw some amateur astrophotographers doing some incredible time lapses where they recorded an outburst actually. So Yeah, of course, that is one of my dreams. To also be able to capture that one day. I only own the Daystar Quark for, I think, 2 months now. So these are some of my first attempts to capture the sun. A big flare. So I think these are the only areas though. So let me check out the rest of the disk for you. So here's another one. A small one, but it's there. Interesting. Right up in the air here. So here's one. Pretty cool. Aren't you afraid that your telescope, solar filter and eventually lens might melt if you keep it up for the sun? Yeah, that is what the filter is for, apparently. So there's a big H alpha filter in that Daystar Quark. And I also use the UV IR cut filter, and together this should be enough, like according to the specs of the filter. And also the filter has some cooling, I think, because I do need to power that Daystar Quark Chromosphere with an adapter. So it's not cooling, I think, but it is for the exact, how you can, so we are looking at like the H alpha region in the visible light spectrum. So there's a very small area of visible light we're looking at in the red part of the visible light spectrum. So and I think there's some kind of mechanism or motor that tries to like adjust the Daystar Chromosphere filter to look exactly at that particular wavelength and then block out the rest of the visible light spectrum. Anyway, and I'm hoping that that's also keeping out the heat so that my camera doesn't fry. And I think I've been using it for maybe 10 times now, and I never experienced any trouble. So yeah, that's it. Ooh. Now, what do we have here? What are these? Like these electromagnetic lines. If I do a stretch, you can see it a bit more clearly. Tidal, thanks for the stream. Yes, thanks Tidal for watching. We're looking at our sun that keeps us alive every day. That's pretty exciting always. Well, now we do have some good clear skies. Maybe we'll also capture this then. Oh, no. I will first go to the sunspots. Sorry to be switching to mono. I know a lot of you like the... So like this. It's a bit... When I do it one. You see, you can't see it maybe in on YouTube, but if I have binning 1, then I get this Bayer matrix. I think because I have a color camera installed, you can see these little squares, and that's not good if you want to capture want to capture a video of the sun. So I'm binning it ×2. So I'm taking a 30-second video of this particular sunspot. So guys, if you have more questions, you're welcome to ask them or remarks. We're looking at the sun. Okay, another capture done. So this is a dramatic stretch of that same area. So this is actually what we're looking at. This is how I would, not completely, but how I would process it more or less. So a processed picture of the chromosphere of the sun would look something like this. I do have a small issue with some glare, I think, on my... I need a tilt adapter still, I think, but anyway. So this is the unstretched picture. This is stretched. And we can also do black and white reverse. Some people like that. it's kind of spooky. And it's not, I think it's not completely correct, because you are, yeah, what is correct, but you're associating black regions with cooler temperatures and brighter regions with hotter temperatures, and that's actually what we are seeing when we are looking at a sunspot. So the area of the sunspot here, it's in the air, there's a second group of sunspots also forming. That's pretty interesting to see. So I can actually, shall I check out some info on what we are actually looking at? Let's see. So there are 4 sunspots according to this website I often check out, Space Weather Live. Let's see. I think I look at 3147, and then we can see how big it is. Sunspot number 3147. Where is that size? Size 220. So is that then, I think 170 is the Earth. Yeah, so it's bigger than the diameter of the Earth, I just found out. Oh, that's pretty cool. You want maybe an RGB image? A color image here. Whoa. Maybe get a bit down on the exposure here. Pretty cool. But then it also turns green. It's pretty tricky to have a to show you a yellow sun. Not 75. Is this yellow? More or less. Have you ever listened to the sun? I didn't, James. And welcome to the chat, by the way. I know that there are some sounds. I know that there was a big breakthrough, or at least I saw it in a documentary, that there was a big breakthrough by actually looking at radio waves of the sun. They could actually see what was going on. So they I don't know how, but they used the radio waves, and then my English is failing, but they made it visible. Actually, they made pictures, so you can see the vibrations of the radio waves, or the waves itself, and you can translate that into a picture. And this is, I think, still how they look far inside the photosphere of the sun. So the radiation zone where, I don't know, where the core of the sun is actually, where all the activity is happening, where the nuclear fusion is happening. So they were able to study it by looking at radio waves of the sun. But apparently radio waves, you can also listen to them, probably. So that would be cool. Thanks for the suggestion. I will check it out. Maybe I should just put those sounds then up when we are watching the sun. But what kind of noise would it be? Like So yeah, let's move on maybe. It's a cool sunspot. I'm going to go back to mono, if you don't mind. Mono! Oh! So, this is nice. Okay, this is a bit much, but it's interesting. Oh, there's definitely another one. Here we go. I think there are about 3 or 4 sunspots today. Let's go back. Let's reset this. Maybe the stretching is a bit much. What do you think? So this is an unstretched picture. A bit of a stretch is nice, I think. But maybe this is a bit much. Can I then... How can I adjust that? Ah, okay. I'm still figuring out how SharpCap works. So maybe like this. Pretty cool. I think, at least. I'm going to capture this as well. sunspot activity going on. Cool. Drifting. My telescope is drifting a bit. So start. Yep. Now I'm happy already. So I was hoping for maybe half an hour or 1 hour of clear skies, and I have it right now. And this is for me in November it's the best time. So 12 o'clock, the sun is for me high in the sky right now, and high is only about 70 degrees right now, 17. So super low on the horizon. So I'm at 52 degrees latitude, and I never realized until I did some astrophotography that we are pretty far up. Let's do the RGB again. Maybe nice to take an RGB image, why not? Nah, I don't like that. Maybe, oh yeah, I can then readjust it. Ease up a little bit on those, on that stretch, and then readjust. Okay. Maybe 6. Here we go. But you see these black lines. So I think the camera is not completely angled, like it doesn't have the right angle. I need a tilt adapter, I think. Nishai! I'm learning astrophotography. Great. Celestron 130. Without tracking. DSLR. Some better scope. Yeah, Nishai. Don't worry, man. We all started like that. So first thing is, it's already super cool. I think I started with some binoculars actually. Just I went outside and just looked through some like a 7x50 binoculars. So focal length of about 50 millimeters. And I was already so happy to see. I thought I saw a bright dot that was Jupiter, and also 4 of the Galilean moons. Also 4 bright dots. And I was already mesmerized by that picture. And of course, when you take a first look at the moon through a telescope, and you see all those craters, that's also super nice. And yeah, eventually you want to venture into maybe moon and planetary, but also deep sky astrophotography, and then it gets a bit trickier. So you need to be able to accurately track the stars in the night sky, and you would need an equatorial mount for that. And yeah, to really get a pinpoint accurate guiding, or at least close to accurate, you also need some auto guiding equipment. That's true. But you will get there. Just take it one step at a time and enjoy the hobby. And it's sometimes frustrating when a cable doesn't work, or you know, some software fails on you. But just see it as a learning process and keep going. Oh, I don't see a lot of activity here on the bottom, so let us move back to the solar flares. I will want to take another capture of that. From Japan. That's cool. Welcome to the chat from Japan. So in Japan it's evening, right? Here, what is this? Oh, this is always interesting. Oh, my telephone is only 15%. I should have charged it. I'm going to take another capture here. It doesn't look, it looks a bit dull when I do it like this, but that way, maybe I can up it a bit, but that way I'm sure that I'm capturing, I'm not overexposing anything. And then when I'm going to process that image, I'm going to stretch it again. Anyway, where are the clouds? Hazel, they went away. Javier, so you're from Spain, probably. Everything was so messed up when I started. Trial and error. Great, yeah. First view of Saturn, that's also cool. So actually planets are pretty hard to find in the night sky. We always, when you just look at them on pictures taken by spacecraft that actually flew to those planets, then you will see some awesome images. But when you are in your backyard and you're trying to capture those planets, first of all, it's pretty hard to find the planets. You have to magnify your focal. You have to have a high magnification to actually look at the planets and see some surface details. And when you're zoomed in that much, it also makes it much harder to find the planets in the sky. So yeah, what I always do is to use a finder scope, and I will readjust that finder scope exactly to the position of my camera view. And then at night I often use the hand controller to readjust the finder scope to get the planet centered, and then afterwards I will look at the camera view, the zoomed in view. Anyway, I hope this makes sense. Vic is here. You retracted your message, Vic. So Vic, we're looking at the sun. As you probably already saw. I'm going to take maybe I can do a little. Can I do a super small time lapse? Maybe 10. Is that okay with you? It looks a bit dull. Hopefully when I stretch the picture live, this doesn't affect. Yeah, it is kind of cool this way. I'm going to take maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 10. So that would be 3 minutes. Would that be too much? Why not? Start. Hey, Vic. There you are. So I'm going to take a couple of 30-second videos here. But when I'm taking these videos, I can still do this, right? Or is that translated to the video? I hope not. So here's a stretch picture of that sunspot we're looking at. And there are some nice solar flares in the background. I think this is the most interesting, most impressive area right now on the sun. So I'm going to take a couple of short videos. 9 to go. Oh, no, don't wait. Oh, this is not good. Wait, I have to stop the capture. So always, oh, stop, cancel. How can I cancel this? Yeah, with the planets I always leave some time in between, like intervals between captures, because I want to capture the rotation of those planets. But right now I don't think I have the time. It's clear, but there are some clouds in the air, and we'll just take a short 5-minute video and see what kind of changes I can see when I... But wait, how many am I capturing? I don't know, like 10? Like a 1-second video needs 24 pictures, right? In order for it to be smooth. Hey, Vic, our whole school is watching the World Cup. Is Belgium playing? I think Belgium already, they won, right, or not? That's a bit strange, this Qatar World Cup. A lot of statements that cannot be made. But yeah, hope Belgium does all right, Vic. Of course, I'm from the Netherlands, so we are hoping to win the World Cup. We never did. In 78 we were second, and then in what is it? In 74 we were second, and then somewhere in 2010 we were also second. So we had plenty of opportunities to actually win that cup once, but we always failed. But yeah, Qatar is a bit tricky. I read somewhere it's 36 degrees Celsius, so 36 degrees centigrade when they have to play. And of course, the stadiums and the buildings are, of course, being built by migrant workers who sometimes even died. So that's not something to be proud of. That's terrible, actually. Anyway, that's not what we are looking at. We are looking at the sun. So it was the second capture. I think about 7 to go. Maybe 30 seconds is a bit slow. My FPS is slow with this camera. So maybe I have to either zoom in or... Yeah, I will just let it run for now. Maybe I need to zoom in a little and then increase my capturing time a bit. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet with the sun. This is my second month. It's already cool to just watch the view live here. To have a live view of the sun, I can find it. I can show you this live view. I am surprisingly well aligned with the North Star, apparently, because the guiding looks pretty solid. I just took a lucky guess. Jan Ulrich was also many times second. That's a different sport, Georg. Now we're talking about cycling, eh? Yeah, Jan Ulrich and Lance Armstrong, right? He was in the same, in the 90s, I think, or the early 2000s. They were continuously battling each other. That was before we knew that everybody had taken some, what's it, EPO, I think. But anyway, it was cool. It's always cool to watch the Tour de France. So how mad can you be to cycle 3,000 kilometers in 3 weeks across France? I mean, that is cool. No matter what you use. Oh, what's capturing? I need to check how many more it will take. So I'm capturing 10 videos of 30 seconds. So that shouldn't take too long. Should take 5 minutes or so to finish. Oh, it's dropping a lot of frames, so that's not so cool. I'm ending up with about 1,000 frames for each video. That's a bit low. Sky Earth, Japan. I don't know any Japanese word, like Suzuki, Mitsubishi. Look at that sunspot go. It's very interesting. I should center that sunspot, I forgot. Crosshairs. So you can see if I'm actually drifting or not. I am drifting a little bit. So yeah, the sun, guys. I'm really glad that I at least have 1 or 2 hours of clear skies to check out this beautiful celestial body. Oh, it's done now, right? No, it's not. Bicycle rides of 100 kilometers every day, Georg. That's a lot. I did do some cycling in my, like 20 years ago, 15 years ago. But I think maybe I did about 300 kilometers on a weekly basis, something like that. Like one big trip in the weekend and then shorter trips, 50 kilometers trip on Tuesday and Thursday, and then sometimes 100 kilometers in the weekend. Definitely not on a daily basis, Georg. So that's cool. I appreciate you did that. That shows character. But now you're lying on the couch, you said. Or was it someone else? So another video. Is it done now? I think it's done. Yeah. Capture complete. Okay, so yeah, maybe I should. It's a bit boring to do a project, eh? I mean, boring for you because you want to look around. I'm now here live, so. So yeah, pretty cool activities here. So let's take one more time, take a look here. And then I think I will move on and try to capture that particular area for a little bit longer to see. So I can also try to capture this for a longer time to see if those flares are changing. That's what I'm thinking about now. I don't know how long these flares will be here because I think I started this live stream about 30 minutes ago, a little bit more than that, and they still look kind of the same. So these are not flares that are changing quickly in shape. I'm suffering from a major depression. Georg, why? Life is short. But yeah, you cannot always manage your emotions or control your emotions, I know. But we have so little time, so try to enjoy the time you have on Earth, right? We're looking at a celestial object that is 4.5 billion years old. So our lives mean nothing compared to that. Oh. So you might as well enjoy it. Oh. I'm trying to adjust. See, I'm always having trouble with the RGB. I'm going back to mono. And stretch. Okay, let's do another cycle. Another tour. We go down. This is also a nice spot. Here. So we checked it out. It is a bit bigger than the diameter of the Earth. Let's do this. Yeah, maybe a bit much, but I like the dramatic view. Maybe like this. Oh, fascinating. I'm always fascinated by these sunspots. Oh. Yeah, if I'm going color, I have to readjust the exposure time, apparently. So here we go, a color image of that sunspot. And there's another sunspot developing here, so they are really active. They can sometimes they start as one, and then at the end of the week you see like 4 or 5 of those black spots in the same area. Yeah, Georg, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe not to explain in the chat. Yeah, I know my father suffered from depression about 15 years ago, but he's fine now, so you can recover. Just keep the faith. I know it's difficult, but so okay, look at that thing go. Are you on Instagram? Yeah, I still am. I have an account. Just check out AstroForum. And I have a website, astroforumspace.com, so you can also check that out. Or just Google Wido and AstroForum, you will find all my accounts. I'm going to capture this as well. But wait, I'm stretched. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I think I first should try to get a good view without a stretch. I'm struggling a bit. 200 maybe, and then maybe 250, or maybe even 300. 300 is about half the gain on this camera. And this might be okay. Of course, we have to stretch it to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is like a preview of what you can create if you stretch the picture. Yeah, it is cool, but back to work, James. Hope you have a nice afternoon. Ooh. Why can't I? Ah, here we go. I have a bit trouble adjusting the stretch levels. I'm not sure where I should click on the diagram. Apparently here. Yeah. Guys, if you have any questions or remarks, let me know what you're doing right now. Some people are watching the World Cup apparently. I know that we won. We played against Qatar. No, we didn't. We played against Senegal, I think. We had 2-0, I think. So we're off to a good start. Nah. It is a good spot. And there's another one here. But I think there's one area I like most, and that's the top right now. So let's go back to that area. And let's reset it. So this is the area that's most interesting according to me at least. So we have another flare here. Let me show you. So pretty cool flare here in color for those who like color more. Yep. So these are the couple of. Oh, is this actually? This was actually the area I was checking out before. So 1, 2, 3, 4 flares here on the. Yeah, for me on the right hand side, but it depends a bit on the camera. I don't know if it's exactly in line with the north-south. Probably not. So yeah, I was fascinated by this. I already captured it. Most fascinated by this. I do like the monochrome view a bit better. That's a bit dark. The sun is just shining into my living room. Here, Georg, you see? Positive things do happen. So I think I'm going to capture this a couple of minutes again. I'm kind of curious what I would get as in a time lapse. I will check outside if there's any cloud on the way. Yeah, it's a bit tricky because the sun is exactly above the solar panels of my neighbor. So you see a lot of wobbling. But anyway, I think I will try to do another time lapse, more or less. So can I actually... Yeah, why not? And then I have to be in the focus. Maybe can I just reduce it a little bit, maybe to 21 by 21, this. And I'm trying to focus on the sunspot. Let's try to get that centered. Okay. And then I will start the capture. Yeah, this, I think this would be best to do it. So I can keep it in the field of view. Maybe take, no, not 1 minute. That's 45 seconds. Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. 40 seconds, 30 seconds. I will keep it to 30. And then just 24, because that's 1 second time lapse, right? And I can maybe perform a sequence. Okay, start. So yeah, guys, this is going to be a bit boring. Can I swap the image? Because it is a bit of a strange camera. The camera feed, it does, how can you say it? It does favor like smartphone kind of pictures. Like the vertical view, I don't know why. Of course I can turn the camera like 45 degrees, but then the view still remains like this. So I'm sure I can swap that, hopefully, to where, like swap the window here. I do have these flips, but that's not what I was looking for. Tilt. Nah. Okay, I hope you're fine with this. What did I miss? Christopher. Yeah, Christopher, you can also rewind the stream. Hey, that's a good one, eh? But yeah, we're looking at the sun. We checked out different sunspots. I think we saw about 4 or 5 sunspots. The beginning of the stream is very sketchy because we saw a lot of clouds running over the sun, but we did manage to see a couple of sunspots and some nice solar flares. And right now you're looking at, I think, what I think is the most active region of the sun. So there's definitely some electromagnetic activity going on and some solar flares in the background. And I'm trying to keep I need to keep it a bit centered. So I'm trying to keep these bright sunspots. I don't know if they are sunspots or not. I don't think so, but this is a bright electromagnetic activity. I try to keep it centered so that we can take a time-lapse video. So I'm going to take 24 pictures of this area, and then I'm going to analyze if it's changing over time. That's what I'm going to do. That was my latest idea. So that's a bit... I can put up some music if you want. Incredibly inconvenient. Yes, Christopher, you're right. Yeah, you are the customer. Inconvenient to rewind, yeah. Where are you from? So I'm drifting a little bit, I think. So these spots, they are going a bit to the left. So maybe in between captures, I will try to put those things a bit back in the center. Oh, Comodbrick. Thanks for the live. You use an ASI 2600 mono for your C8, but the pixel size is too small. Do I use binning? Actually, the ASI 2600 mono, I have primarily used it with my my wider field refractor telescope with a focal length of 500 millimeters. And then I don't use the binning, of course, but I can imagine that you would. I have primarily still been using the ASI 1600 Mono Pro with my Edge HD, and that gives me a pixel size of about I think 0.5 per second, arc seconds per pixel. So that's fine, but the 2600 does have about the same pixel size, right? I think half an arc second is okay. Oh, look at that wobbling, guys. That's not good. Look at that. I think it should be. I'm trying to keep the solar flare here in the field of view. So what is the arc seconds per pixel you're getting with the Edge HD? Do you use the 0.7 reducer? Anyway, finally some clear weather in Belgium. Yeah. 17.5-inch Dobsonian. Wow. Hey. You're the boss, Christopher. Oh, it's drifting a bit. Is capturing right now or not? I don't think it's buffering the frame. So, okay, guys, I'm just trying to keep that part of the sun centered a bit, so I can create a short time-lapse video to see what's going on. At the same time, I didn't Photoline or anything. I took a lucky guess, so I see that my scope is drifting. My mount is drifting a little bit. I tried to do some solar observing. Huh? It tried to do some solar observing without me. Love from India. Thank you, Nishai. The Godsonian. Like a Godzilla telescope. How heavy is it? Anyway, you know, yeah, I've made so many. I thought so much about buying telescopes and what kind of telescopes, and I shared a lot of videos about my thoughts and ideas, but in the end, I think the main conclusion would be, I think, difficult to say, but I've heard I've been thinking lately, I heard a lot of people say the best telescope is the telescope you're going to use most often. And to simplify the whole selection process. And I think that's a good advice. Just the best telescope is the one you're going to use most often. And I have to say that I'm using my Edge HD telescope most often. Lately, I think for the past 1.5 years, I think 80% of my imaging was with my Edge HD. Right now, this is my refractor telescope. Did I put that up actually? Yeah, I did. Okay. Oh, I'm drifting again. Here we go. Oh, it's recording. Okay. Go back, go back, go back. I want to keep that flare in the center. Or not at the center, but at the top. So, here we go. The reducer. So Commodrec, oh yeah, this is the 2600 with the 0.7 reducer. I think aren't you fine then with the ASI 2600 mono? Yeah, you can always try to bin. It also depends, of course, on your weather conditions. So a lot of times in the Netherlands, we are not getting anything better than 1 arc seconds, or at least, or even 1.5 arc seconds of sky. So yeah, then it doesn't matter what my arc second per pixel is. Because the skies are basically not cooperating here. It's homemade and it's an 8 feet long square tube. My neighbors hate it. To be honest, it looks like a porta potty. Porta potty. What is a porta potty? Anyway, yeah. I just moved to a new place, and one of the first things I had to admit to my neighbors is, I said I'm going to do a lot of, looking at the night sky with my telescope. They said they were fine with it, but I think they didn't realize how often I actually look at, at the night sky. Anyway, I have a nice terrace in front. I have, I think, a view from the east till a little bit 1 or 2 hours past the south. So yeah, that's what I'm working with right now. It sits and lives on my driveway. Oh, so people can see it. Christopher has a nice picture of the International Space Station with his Godzilla telescope. So guys, sorry that I'm not moving around. I realized that. So I'm taking hopefully like 12 minutes now, I think, worth of videos. And after that, I will take a final tour. And then I'm going to process this. Hopefully it's kind of nice. Let's put it back in here. So a lot of wobbling. That's also the solar panels of my neighbor. The sun is so low in the sky right now. It's only like 17 degrees up. View. Zoom monitor view? Nah. Night vision colors? Nah. So I need to keep that in the center, like on the edge of the field of view, that flare. So this is actually in the 80s. I think they didn't have auto guiding yet, and they continuously needed to look like astrophotographers continuously needed to look through their finder scope or just a scope on top of their imaging scope, and then manually realign the mount to keep it centered on the star. That's what I feel like a little bit when I'm imaging the sun. I see a little bit of drifting, and then in between these captures, I'm readjusting the position of the telescope. Porta potty is a movable toilet. Ah, we call it a Dixie in the Netherlands. The Dixies. So there's a lot of construction, home construction going on, like rebuilding your house or redecorating or changing your house. And then a lot of those people who are working, they also use they put a Dixie in the, like a, how do you call it? Oh yeah, portability potty. Okay, now I finally understand it. They always put these things in the front yard for the whole neighborhood to see and admire. Christopher, teachable moment. It was 10 a.m. and I had been up all night imaging. Okay, I went into the house to get a new battery for the camera. And then something happened. Didn't put the end cap on the 17.5 Dobsonian. So what happened next? Did the sun hit your telescope? Paris, Evharisto, for joining the stream. Paris has been here before. So Christopher, now I'm curious how that story ends. So you didn't put it up, and then it caught on fire. Oh yeah, I'm laughing, but that's not very nice. I caught on fire. It caught fire somewhere in the tube. The sun never got even close to shining straight down the tube. Oh, so yeah, it gets hot pretty quickly, yeah? That's also, I got a question earlier on, people asking me, aren't you afraid that you will fry your camera or your telescope or anything? So I'm hoping that the Daystar Quark is doing its job. It does actually. Oh, ships, I need to center again. 28, 29, captured. Yeah, here we go. The solar flare was almost out of view. I'm curious to see if there is any changes. I don't see many changes now, to be honest. If I'm looking at this. The inside of the tube is really dark, like the SpaceX rockets returning from space. They have all this friction that causes these flames, these dark, these dark lines on the rocket. So yeah, the Dobsonian is black now. Did you clean it up? You have a 150 millimeter telescope, Paris. That's nice. It's a Newtonian, I think, or not? What kind of telescope? So we are looking, by the way, at the sun. And I'm trying to capture... How many captures did I take already? I'm trying to capture 24 frames. So let me just quickly check how many video captures I already have. Oh, see that wobbling. Yeah, it's definitely the worst time actually to look at the sun, but I take every opportunity I can get. Okay, reposition. I need to reposition every capture, I think. I didn't do that. East. Yep, here we go again. So can I... Oh, hello. Oh, I drifted a little bit too far to the left. Ah. Oh, I have a slow connection. Sorry about this. I wanted to check how many videos I still needed to capture. Show captures, here it is. Okay. Oh, it's gone. Bureaublad. I shouldn't do this. This is taking too long. Stupid. Okay. Oh, look at that wobbling. That's not good. Oh, that's terrible. I think it's the solar panels of the neighbor. Not that one. Downloads. Yeah, not that. Oof, it has trouble capturing and doing something else at the same time. So this is a small mini PC on the base of my telescope. So here it is, I think. I didn't name it actually. Oh no, I still don't know how many I have. Let's look at the time. 12:23. Okay, 20. 25 was the first one, I think. 26, 27. Is that true? 31. Oh no, here 47. 45, 46, 47. Okay, now it's over. So I think in a couple of captures we will be... Oh, it's done. It's actually done now. Okay, so I will just check that out. So let me take you to a final tour. I was doing a time lapse on that flare just to see if I could get a 1 second like video where I have 24 frames to see if then anything is moving or happening. Oh no, it's still going. It's still capturing. Ugh. 4, 10. Sorry about this, guys. I thought it was done, but it was buffering, buffered frames. Oh, but now I did kill it. Okay, so how many do I have then? Okay, 1. Oh, I killed it. Stupid. Like, okay, I think I have about 24 frames, so that's okay. Let me go back to the widest field I can show you. What is it now? It is capturing. I'm completely at a loss now. How many is it still capturing then? The flame, the flare is getting out of view, so that's not good. It's buffering. What is it doing? Here. That frame should be all the way, that flare should be all the way here. Ah, capture complete. I was a little bit too impatient with that capture. Okay, so let's take a final look at the sun, and then I'm going to process these images, these videos. Let me take care of that square. So let's do a final check, see if anything is going on here. Solar film. Christopher, I use a Bader solar filter. But yeah, I only have the 80 millimeter aperture. I think that was not so so expensive. Maybe about $100 or something. But yeah, if you want to cover your 17-inch Dobsonian, then you need probably a lot of those. That stuff. So we had some flares. You can see here some super wonderful flares. I think they are dissipating a bit. I think they were a bit stronger when we first took a look at those 1 hour ago, I think. So what else did we see? Oh yeah, some of you like RGB. So let me treat you to RGB. So some solar flares here. And yeah, we did have, oh, this is overexposed. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Let me go to the left to see if there anything else is going on. Oh yeah. That is a bit much. That's stretching. I'm still trying to find out how this live stretching works. Now I can't move it. Please, let me move. Ah, here we go. I don't know where to click. That's ugly. I'm going back to mono. It's much easier. Oh. Famous last words. Something like this. So this is a hugely stretched picture. to see the interesting areas. Some filaments here, I think they called here. And then we have these, this is also an interesting area. We should check it out if it will develop over a week. So in like 2 or 3 sunspots more or less lined up a little bit. This is also nice. Let me do one. When I press capture, I immediately get this. This is really overdone. But we can do it like this, maybe. So one, this is obviously one, but then here and here are also, I think there are 1 or 2 other sunspot areas developing. Now let me get a final capture of this. Not 24. Let me move back. So I think in December maybe I can't even, I think I can only capture the sun in the morning because it's so low on the horizon. And I have the neighbor's house, it will be behind it. No sequence. So this is a nice sunspot. Astroniche. I just now found your Instagram page. Thanks, Astroniche. But I know Instagram, a lot of people put reels on the Instagram and videos. I'm only posting pictures. I did 1 or 2 videos, but I'm using YouTube for videos, and Instagram used to be about uploading nice pictures, but apparently every platform looks alike now. So we have shorts on YouTube, and we have reels on Instagram, and we have TikToks on TikToks. Anyway, Georg. Here, Georg has some good advice. You can buy a filter of 500 millimeters and more. So all right, I think this is about it. Oh, here another sunspot. We already also saw it. Let's also look at the edge of the disk one more time. Yeah, there's a little flaring going on there, but nothing huge. I'm always hoping then when I do a final check that I see this big explosion. Now, of course, we are looking at big explosions. But you know what I mean, so a big outburst. You never know. This is the area we captured. Let me do final check. There are some nice flares here. I think this is about it. Some filaments here. That's stretching. The auto stretch is a bit harsh in sharp cap. Can I move it? I can't. Please. Ah, there we go. It sometimes takes a while to respond. No, it doesn't. This is not what I want. Maybe this. And then this here. Oh, I can move the individual lines, I think. Can I? No, it's not moving. Oh, now it's moving. Right. Anyway. Okay. Filaments, filaments, filaments. Pretty nice. Another filament, sunspot, sunspots. It's definitely not quiet. I mean, there are a couple of sunspots, filaments and flares. So we know, probably most of you know that we are approaching a solar maximum at 2025. So these solar cycles, these sun cycles, they last for 11 years with ups and downs. So, and we are approaching a maximum apparently in about 3 years. So we should be looking at more and more activity on the sun in the upcoming years. So that's great. And I will have to see if I can capture the sun in December, because it is 17 degrees above the horizon for me. So it's pretty close to the horizon. And of course it will get better again in February, March. Looking for a big explosion, you should be pointed towards Betelgeuse, yeah. But that can happen in maybe about 100,000 years, or it can happen tomorrow. We never know. Some people, I saw some, and yeah, I can only say he's an idiot. He is doing a live stream of the explosion of Betelgeuse, when every astronomer and astrophotographer knows that it's not reported yet. It's not, of course, it's going to go supernova, but when it does, we will definitely know. There's a lot of scamming going on, unfortunately. Oh, look at those flares. That would be a nice time lapse. Stack Betelgeuse for 12,000 years. So, they are pretty huge. I think they're still C-class though. So I'm going to have some lunch, I think. Pretty cool. Ga je nog lunchen, Willemijn? Ja, ik wil naar Sylviane. Oh ja. Is Sylviane nog steeds aan het slapen? Oké, we're going for lunch. Christopher, you got to go. I also have to go. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Ja. So guys, with this incredible view of the sun, do you like this here? The solar flare view is maybe best. I'd like to thank you for joining. If you like these kind of live streams, just hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm doing live sessions almost all the time now when I get a chance to set up my telescope, and when it is clear outside I do some solar imaging, moon imaging, planetary imaging, also deep sky. And yeah, great to have you. Thanks for joining. And of course I will post some of these I will post some of these captures on my community tab, maybe also on Instagram. So yeah, check out what I was able to produce from this live stream. Hopefully somewhere today or tomorrow on YouTube or Instagram. So have a nice day and see you all later.